Chefeteers, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to be talking about pantry organization with our professional organizer, Pam. Pam, welcome back. It's so nice to see you.
Thank you. Great to be here with you, Chef.
So before we start talking about organizing, I'm curious, what is your favorite meal to make for yourself at home?
Well, as you know, I'm not much of a cook, and so what I like is the chicken chili that is you just dump in the chicken and some chili powder and lots of beans. So I love it because you just open it up and stir it in, and it's very hearty and delicious.
That does sound good. Sounds very like it'll keep you full for a long time too.
Yes, yes.
Nice. So are there any non-food items that you would recommend storing in the pantry along with the food?
Yes, I would like to open up my pantry here. You'll see the non-food items are like the resealable bags and the foil. And then at the very bottom, underneath the popcorn, are the kitchen garbage bags, and then the smaller, bags that you get from the store. Those are the things that I have found to be the most helpful to be in the pantry.
And it looks like you have some cookbooks up top.
Yes, and then the cookbooks up top. Yes, because that's high now. I'm tall, and not everyone is. So definitely that could be a good place for you to put your cookbooks, or those big items that, or maybe even a big crock pot, and let somebody else get it down for you. And then of course the aprons, got the aprons hanging.
So if somebody doesn't have a pantry closet like that, what are some ways that they can create a pantry area outside of a behind doors, I suppose?
Yes, well, because I have this tiny one and that's just not enough, this is an example of what you can do. There's lots of different things that you can use. And another wonderful thing is if people have a big kind of an armoire or a big cabinet, that's a wonderful piece of furniture that you just would open it up and there's all kinds of food items in there.
So with the open space like that, do you have any recommendations for how to avoid it looking cluttered and make it maybe look a little bit more like a design or decor element along with storing your food?
Well, yes, one of the things is to put like with like, and then also you can decide if you're somebody who likes to have the ingredients you're going to use together. You can see down here I have a tray with the pasta, but some people may say, well, hey, I'd rather have that pasta up here beside the marinara. The other thing, that I love baskets, so you can see that I've tried to do something with the baskets. And the cool thing too is that then, especially the lower you get, you can pull out and get to things. Like this is the flour and sugar. I'm glad you bring that up because this doesn't look particularly colorful. So it's organized, but the thing to add would be some splashes of color. Like up here, I could put a cloth or a tablecloth or something to get a splash of color, because our eyes always go to color. And I sure have a lot of white here. And then you've got the color of the cans, but that's another thing I could do. Could also, hang something lovely there. And I wanted to show you how here and in the pantry to make the most of your storage. So this is designed to go into a cabinet and for dishes or whatever, but you can see that this again would heighten, so you could get a lot of different food there separated, and then it's up, because you always want to use the space. And so always think up. And then another option, my cabinets, my pantry is not very long and deep, but for those of you who do have a deep, this is something that you can even reach back there, you know, and things are up. The other big, if you have a really huge thing, here's a big Lazy Susan. So you can see how much room that takes up here. But again, if you want, so that's kind of decorative and fun. So you can twirl your food around instead of just looking at it there, not moving. And then I got these at the store when I was buying notebooks. And this is another great way. You could see how it can go in and you can stack. And then the nice thing there is you could decorate, you know, this is okay, colorful. You know, in the front, gosh, you could throw some stickers on there, you know, from whatever, your scrapbooking stuff. Something to make it fun, because going to the grocery store, bringing it home, putting it away, why not bring in some fun?
Absolutely. And for people who do have larger pantries, sometimes some food items can kind of get pushed to the back and you don't realize that they are there until, oh no, they're not good anymore. So
Right.
Do you have any ideas for keeping those items kind of corralled and easy to get to and easy to kind of work your way through?
Well, yes, that's a great word for it, corralled, meaning keeping them together. And this is, you'll recognize this right from the grocery store. So that's also one thing you could go. And then to rotate your food, then it's easy. You pull this out and you would put the new stuff you just bought in the back and pull the new things up. Now, this is free from the grocery store. And then this is a regular old shoebox. And the cool thing there is you've got this, but that would like hide the food. So one of the coolest things is the lid. You push that all the way to the back, pull it out, put the things in. And mine's very easy to reach, but I know that a lot of people have lots of big cabinets, big and deep. And then, because I am a scrapbooker, I wanted to show this. People recognize this is what you can buy to hold your photos. And it's acid-free, so it's a few dollars. But again, you can decorate them, and they come in many fashion colors. And this lid is wonderfully sturdy. So that's the other thing too, is you can get just the size that you want. So something like the chili, this is what I use for that chili chicken, the chili packets, onion soup things. It's like you just put them in there and then they can fall over like this and then push, and then suddenly you're like, where is that stuff? I thought I bought it. Of course, the containers like this. So then you've got one place for packets, all right? Now, I just had to get a new phone. So the great thing is the phone box also makes a great, okay, so you don't have to buy anything new. And then,
well, those phones are so expensive that any extra use you can get out of any of it.
That's right. Yeah, the phone is an investment, so it's a way of, and then you'll recognize this from the grocery store. And then I took the lid off and cleaned it up. It just fits that big packet, and then things like, you know, tea would go in something else. So that would be the other thing I would say would be corral those packets and smaller items either together, and they really do best at the front or midway into the middle because of that standing up. Because of this standing up and the color, you can then reach back, pull it out, or the whole container. I love, as you know, baskets, containers, everything. So I saw something, they made it a built-in handle, is what I mean, into the jug. And I thought, well, that's kind of pretty cool. So what I did is I took a utility knife and I cut that off. And then I put some blue painter's tape because, you know, it's like, oh, this is kind of sharp. So also people have that beautiful color masking tape, duct tape actually is what I meant. And so you could put a colorful topping of the tape to protect your hand. And also it's colorful. This is for those items. So if you have a lot, now the other cool thing about this is it will stack. It'll go anywhere, but also you can also stack it on top. So let's say you've got lots of soup or beans or something. So you can actually put this on top, and that's a way of using your pantry even better.
Wonderful. So many options for those little packets. There's no reason to ever lose them again.
Yes, and I encourage everyone to look at the containers that you use, you know, the food come in, and say, ooh, what else could this be used for? Because it can be a fun, and you can also get the kids into it. You can say, hey, you know, hey kids, let's do this, and they're like, okay, sure. So it's a family thing also to get kids in the kitchen, feeling comfortable, understanding what the foods are and how you put them together. It's a wonderful skill because to live, we need to eat, or we eat to live, or we live to eat. No.
I live to eat, that's for sure.
To eat also. And I honor all those people who eat to live.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for your time today. Join us next time whenever we get back on our journey to an organized kitchen. Thank you, Chefeteers, and we'll see you soon.